Hi there. Before you jump into this episode, we want to make sure our listeners know about the How Do You Drew Patreon page, where we release exclusive content for our members.
We've shared unedited video versions of podcast episodes, rare Drew Barrymore photos from our digital archives, movie commentaries, and so much more.
We're currently working through a deep dive of each chapter of Little Girl Lost, which, if you don't know, is Drew's out-of-print autobiography released when she was only a teenager. And it's been really good stuff, you guys.
There's already plenty of content to dig into and lots more to come. So join now for as little as $1 a month and support us at How Do You Drew.
Yeah, go to patreon.com/howdoyoudrew to join today. Thank you.
Enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to How Do You Drew?
This is a Drew Barrymore podcast brought to you by thedrewseum.com.
And sponsored by our friends at Positive Medium.
I'm Anne.
And I am Ashley. Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Let's go back to the beach, baby.
Let's go back to the beach for episode 110.
Ooh, I like that.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
That is cool. Sometimes I'm like, how have we had this many episodes and been doing it for this long? Because it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, I had someone ask me recently at the coffee shop. They're like, what are you producing? And I was like, I'm working on my podcast. And they're like, how many episodes do you have? I was like, we have more than 100. They're like, wow, that's pretty good. Like,
that's cool. I also like, what are you producing? Like, what a great question. Like a great way to put it.
I know. When they asked, I'm like, what are you talking about?
You are producing.
Sitting here producing. Yes. The whole time.
We are producers. We might as well be running flower films at this point.
I was just going to make a joke like
that. Okay. I want to quickly, without going too deep into it, but we know that a couple weeks ago, Drew went to a screening of the documentary My Mom, Jane, which is by Mariska Hargitay about her mom, Jane Mansfield. And I ended up watching it. And I don't want to tell you too much about it, but I really want you to watch it. And It was really interesting to me to watch it, know that Drew sat and watched it, and think about artifacts, collectibles from her life, legacy, her children maybe one day wanting items. And it had never really crossed my mind before that, like, Frankie and Olive might want pieces from our collection one day. Like, that's never crossed my mind until I watched this. And I was like, wow.
I don't feel like that's really crossed my mind either. But if it has, it's basically like, I've always thought of us giving like Drew anything she wanted.
Yes.
And by proxy, because they're part of her, we're like, it feels like so like, of course.
I mean, without telling you too much, there is a scene where Jane's children are like going through like a storage unit of like scrapbooks and stuff like that. And I was just like, oh my God, like, yeah, like, and knowing that Drew hasn't saved much from her life or career, even more made me like, wow, like we could really be of use someday, maybe.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it's really good. Watch it anyway.
I want to watch it. I've been intrigued and I've been meaning to, so I will now. But
cool.
Yeah, that is cool to think of it through that lens. Ooh,
really neat.
I'm excited to watch it now, and I'm excited for our future endeavors with Frankie and Olive. So if you're out there, reach out. All right, so let's just talk for a second about like your discovery about Casey's house from Mad Love. Like,
again, this is like, how does the universe timing work this way? So I put up a Mad Love post on our Drewseum Instagram. Lots of fun comments on it. That movie just holds like really, like people hold it really dear to their heart. And somebody commented like, oh, I loved her house in the movie. Where was it? And I was like, oh, we have a whole Mad Love episode, by the way. This is number 31 if you guys want to check it out. It's really good. It has a lot of details you're never going to hear anywhere else about what that movie originally kind of looked like.
Yeah.
And I knew that we had a map of filming locations. So I just randomly went on, looked at it. That's the only one I went to was her house. Then I just was like, I'm just gonna like see if I can see like what Google Maps shows. And it shows like the angle that is very clearly shown in the movie when
Uh-huh.
Matt like goes to check on Casey and her parents took her to the hospital. You know what I'm talking about?
Of course, of course. The
Anyway,
housekeeper.
so I just keep going, because you can't, it's on a lake, so you can't do like street view and see the house the way
Yeah.
that you normally would. But anyway, I put in the address and it sold 3 days before I had looked it up. It had just sold for $4.8 million. But there's
Wow.
amazing photos from the
Yep.
listing, like amazing photos that I was really freaking out over.
So cool. And then we were able to have a comparison literally of the house, the room that was
Yeah,
Drew's room in the movie.
Casey's room. And the
But
crazier part is that,
we just recently got
yes,
those pictures.
a couple, maybe like a month ago, our wonderful friend at 90s Girlfriends on Instagram, she found like the set director's website who had photos from the sets of the like
Hmm.
Matt's room, Casey's room, their little like lover's nest apartment in New Mexico. And it's just like amazing photos of the set design and all
Hmm.
the like props and the eyes on the walls. Like
Yes.
amazing, amazing. So we'll share pictures of both of those. But yeah, it was so cool to see like Casey's room when it was dressed for the movie versus
Yep.
now. And you like, it's very similar. Like, I mean, totally different style, but you can
Yep.
completely tell it's the same space.
Yep. Is the house like right outside Seattle? Like, is it actually
It's
really
on
close?
Mercer Island, so I don't know how close that
Okay.
is, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's fairly close.
Okay. I know there are a lot of islands off
Okay, yeah,
of
I don't know
Washington.
Washington very well, but
I don't know it super well either, but I feel like I've heard of like multiple like islands there.
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
that's
also
cool.
like very kind of stoked to see the pretty 90s style like banisters and
Yes.
staircase on the back are still there. Like when she makes her big escape and runs
Yep.
out, like it's all still looks exactly the same. It's so fun,
Yep.
you guys. I love filming locations. That's like my thing.
Yeah, totally. Did we even talk about on here that you went to the Scream, like one of the Scream houses?
Oh my God, no, we didn't.
Should we like kind of talk about it a little bit here?
Yeah. How did I forget to make notes about that? Yeah, so I was in Northern California recently, like wine country, and we were staying at a house that was like kind of smack dab in the middle of all the Scream locations. And I'm
So cool.
very into Scream. I'm very into the locations from Scream.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky enough to have a little online friendship with this guy at Mocker Ghost, like Stu Mocker, and he runs like tours of the house. So it's an actual private residence. Somebody lives there, but they do like events and tours. So I reached out and I said, "Hey, I'm going to be up there. Like, is there any way I can go to Stu's house?" So that's the house from the finale of the movie. Like the whole last third of the movie takes place there.
Yep.
All over the house. So many of the rooms were utilized. And anyway, I was able to arrange a private tour. So I was like, oh, I could go to some of the more like public locations, but this
Mhm.
is such a rare opportunity. I'm just going to go to that one.
Yeah.
I'll get up there again and do some of the more public ones. But it was amazing. Like I went through the every room of the house, even the ones that like weren't used for filming. And yeah, the girl who did my tour, her name was Cadence, and I went in like, ooh, what if I like know more than the tour guide? That's gonna be sort of awkward. And no, she knew her shit. Like I pulled up and her license plate was literally like Scream 96. And I was like, okay, this is
No,
cool.
that is so cool.
Yeah, and like she knew a lot. We knew a lot of the same weird things that most people wouldn't know. I'm like, didn't there used to be a door here? She's like, yeah, there was a door here, that kind of stuff. And the owner of the house was sitting in the kitchen, like quietly reading while I was there.
Uh-huh.
And at one point, I just, when we were going through the kitchen, I said, thank you so much for this. This is like really a special opportunity for me, whatever I said. And she was like, yeah, I can tell you know a lot about it. So she's just like, these people are so weird that want to come look at my house.
Are you sure you haven't been inside my house before?
Oh, I felt like I had been there. It was such a cool experience. And like my family came, but you have to pay per person. So
Yeah.
like they were like, yeah, just have them like sit in the front, like entryway, and they won't take the tour, and like the owner's there, so we can't like
Yeah.
cheat the rules. So
Yeah.
like my daughter took like a video of herself. She's never even seen the movie because she's a wimp, and she's just like, with POV when you're in the Scream house.
Oh my God.
Anyway, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah.
We'll share photos of that.
Loving locations is a deep thing. We've talked about this before, and I'm glad that I was like, wait a minute.
I can't believe I forgot to mention that. So that was a little segue I didn't intend to take today, but hopefully you guys enjoyed.
So cool.
And also they have a really great Instagram for the house. It's at Spring Hill Estate Mansion. And so all of their events and stuff like that are on there. And there's all these kind of like fun photos of people doing tours and stuff like that. But it was really neat to have a private tour. Like that was definitely my preferred way to go.
That's so cool. I'm so glad you got to do that. That's like,
thanks. Bucket list.
I was just going to say it's got to be bucket list.
Okay, sorry. I'm really going off topic. But after I posted the pictures on my personal Instagram,
I
didn't tag anybody.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But all of a sudden, I'm like going through my notifications, and freaking Matthew Lillard himself commented on it because he follows me. I know that's a whole nother story. And he just wrote like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Where's all the blood or something like that. And I guess he has never commented on a photo like from the house. So they were so excited that because it's his house in the movie, So it was just such a trip.
Fun on top of fun. Like that is so cool.
All right, let's get back to Drew.
Let's get back to Drew. Let's go back in time a little bit and talk about what you pulled for this week in Drew history.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a while because summer is usually when she goes dormant. But let's go back to July 29th, 1998. Mm-hmm. Right smack dab in the middle of us becoming mega fans.
Yep.
Drew attended the Los Angeles premiere of Ever After. Mm-hmm. And this is not the look that maybe everybody thinks of when they hear Ever After premiere. This is a pretty boring, is that okay to say, look? It's just like a long, shiny black dress.
I mean, it's very, very low key, especially like, I don't know, for her at the time, maybe not.
For Cinderella?
Well, that's true. But maybe she wanted to feel like, I don't know, black tie fancy in a way. Although I say that and then I look at Luke and he's wearing like a khaki colored suit.
And probably some camel colored shoes.
But yeah, compared to the one, like, what was it, the London premiere?
Yeah, so Florence. So I was going to say, people always think of the Florence, it's not even the premiere. The Florence premiere, she's wearing like a goofy dress. It's the Florence gala that they threw the next day. That's the one that like has the scarves that everybody is obsessed with, like these days. For some reason has had this major resurgence. So this is much more low key, as you said. It does have like a low back, which we know she likes.
Yes.
Feels a little fancy. And yeah, she did these like very Home Fries-esque curls to her hair, which is also kind of funny.
And a red lip. So I feel like in a way it's very kind of classic Hollywood. Like if you look at it through that lens, like, I mean, her hair is a little more like bouncy. It's not necessarily like an updo.
Bouncy.
I don't know. It's really cute and sweet, but not as like maybe fun or whimsical as like the movie
whimsical. That would have been fun.
I don't know.
I don't even think she has glitter on.
Which is kind of interesting considering like the timeline of it.
Yeah. But so she attended with Luke Wilson, and Nancy Javonin was there. I've never seen her in any photos, but I was going through videos of like the red carpet and I saw her behind like Selma Hayek. And I was like, oh, Nancy's there. That's fun.
That's cool.
Adam Sandler was there, and I've seen video of him and Drew both like near each other. No photos of them together. I'm like, press, you guys are totally missing like amazing opportunities here.
I bet it was like, I could see Adam like not walking the red carpet, avoiding.
No, he was right behind her. Did I put the screenshot in here?
Let me see.
Yeah, he's right there.
I see him.
They're like interacting with each other and no one took a photo. Anyway, Courtney Cox and David Arquette were also there, which was always so cute. They were like such good like supporters of Drew.
Speaking of Scream.
Yeah, speaking of Scream, I always think of how they took out an ad for her congratulating her on her Walk of Fame star. I just thought that
Yeah.
was so sweet. So
Yeah,
anyway, fun
totally.
times. Like we definitely have clippings from this one, but it's never stood out to me as a special one.
I feel like there were a lot of clippings. Like I feel like I can picture a lot. I feel like I don't know if I'm confusing like this hair and the like curly black hair from the 96 where like clippings are like they have a hard time with like do you know what I'm talking about?
The
Like
debut of the black hair, yeah, where they can't
yes.
cut out her hair properly. Yeah.
I feel like there were clippings from this where it's like an interesting cutout around her hair. Now
I
it's
have to
like
look for that.
I know, I'm sorry, but I feel like I can envision like white background where they're trying to like cut out her
Oh, that's so
curls.
funny.
But I don't know if I'm just conflating between this and the other curly kind of round hair. But very cute. I mean, of course, like you said, it's right in the middle of us like literally falling in love with Drew. So it feels there's a nostalgia just seeing the look. Like it's like,
sure.
oh yeah, this is a very specific time that like meant a lot to us. So
yeah.
But looking back on it, it's like we've got so many like much more fun red carpet events.
Definitely. All right. Should we jump forward in time?
Yeah, let's jump forward in time and talk about what's new with Drew.
Here we go with the news, everybody.
All right. So Drew came out of hibernation and she attended a fun little party in the Hamptons. I'm saying fun like I know. It looked fun, okay? And it's for a collab that her friend Cameron Diaz is doing with her wine company, Aveline, and then their mutual friend, Stella McCartney. So they did this, like, you know, very Hamptons party by the pool. It looks awesome. And obviously, Drew was posing with Cameron and Stella. Also, their friend Gucci Westman was there. And then the cutest part of all, Nancy Javonin.
Yay! And there's an adorable, at least one really adorable photo of them. We're always stoked to see them together. Like,
yes, it feels like special. Like on the SNL 50th, we're like, oh, we finally are seeing them like sitting together and like being together.
Yes, for them to be pardsies and Nan like usually hiding her face.
True.
And she's got such a like lovely and incredible smile. Nancy,
her smile is so beautiful.
It's so beautiful
feel like
and it's so
Jimmy
bright.
Fallon described it really well, like when he was talking about like falling in love with her or something. But I think the smile is like her major feature that I just love about her.
Absolutely. So that was really fun to see. Drew is dressed really casually. I guess maybe everyone kind of is. Cameron's got like dark outfit on, but Drew's casual outfit is very like stylish too.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, she's wearing like a fun
and also
hat.
We should point out she's not drinking the wine like everyone else is drinking the wine, but it's very clear she has like water with like a piece of fruit in the glass.
Oh, okay. All right. So not sober, not working a program.
Doesn't work in a program, but doesn't drink.
But doesn't drink.
If you've been listening to our Little Girl Lost coverage, you probably know what that's all about.
Yes. All right. Let's talk about her being spotted in Paris, France.
Yeah, I guess she's doing a summertime vacay over in Paris. There's been some photos. A restaurant called Sienna posted where she had like signed a plate for them, which was really cute. And they had some photos, and there's been some paparazzi pictures, which we won't share, but she's clearly there with her daughters and I think some of her mom friends, the Wishbones, as we found out they call each other. So that's super fun.
That's super fun. And it is strange. You were pointing out like her children in paparazzi images. Like, I know that's probably been a thing for a while, but it must be even weirder for them, like being overseas and encountering it. I don't know.
I feel like it doesn't happen to them a lot. In like New York, and don't ask me why. But yeah, it feels like when they go, like when they went to, what was it, Australia last year? Yeah, when she went to Australia, there were a lot of paparazzi photos of her daughters, and I'm like, I hate that. But at least it doesn't seem to happen that much in the US.
That's good. That's good. Drew, I hope you're having a good summer.
Bonjour.
All right, and there's a little bit more here. So we found out that Drew will be designing a room for the annual Real Simple Home, so Real Simple magazine. Has she talked about loving this magazine? I feel
weirdly, I don't think so, but it feels in her wheelhouse.
Right.
Like, I know she talks about Domino a lot, and I don't know.
She's talked about Better Homes and Gardens because she's been on it. But anyway, it feels like a good vibe for her. I'm
Totally.
like just somewhat familiar with the magazine, but also I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
It's a match.
Yeah, it is a match. So there's a quote from an article. It says, the beloved celebrity is joining a talented roster of top designers and DIYers tasked to transform a penthouse suite and 2-bedroom apartment in a stunning, newly constructed building in New York City. That's fun.
Kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a quote from Drew. Actually, there's a couple quotes. We'll link to the full article, but here's just what I pulled. She said, I wanted it to be enveloping, calming, and soothing. Almost like your eyelids could relax in this space. That's really cute. I think the invitation to take care of ourselves is something that we, I believe, lose constant sight of. Ahem, I'm sure she's speaking about herself here. And so this room could be that invitation. What does wellness mean to me? It means remembering to even put yourself in the mix, let alone first. So I just thought that was good. Like she's making progress with thinking that she matters, taking care of herself.
It's also interesting for it to come up when she's talking about designing a house. This just shows how Drew is like always like self-analyzing, totally. Why she does things, why this is like rich work for her. It's really sweet. Apparently the photos will debut in an online format and also in the magazine in September and will be open for tours. That's kind of interesting.
I know, that would be fun to do. They do have some like mood board pictures for her, but those. It's like all beautiful products, of course.
Yep, of course.
And then finally, big news. It looks like the Drew Barrymore show is set to debut season 6. The premiere will be on September 8th. So we will be seated and ready for that.
Yes, we will. And also, I don't know if we've said it about Collector's Call, but that's also supposed to come in September.
That's true. It's going to be a big time for us.
Yes. Between, of course, the super important Real Simple Home. That first and foremost, and then everything else, below that.
Hey Drewbies! We are here to tell you about our website hosts, Positive Medium, and they sponsor the podcast. We've been clients of theirs for over 10 years, and we use them for all our website needs on thedrewseum.com.
Their services include customized web design, professional coding, search engine optimization and marketing, plus hosting, which has been huge for us for many years.
Plus, their incredible customer service has been one of our favorite features. They've literally saved our site quite a few times, and they always help with minor troubleshooting in a matter of minutes. So whether that's coding issues or back-end questions, etc., we reach out, we get help immediately, which is just invaluable.
Lucky you. To our listeners, Positive Medium is offering 25% off any managed WordPress hosting plan using our promo code DREW. That's DREW. Visit our friends over at positivemedium.com.
Thank you.
Okay, so are we ready to jump back into the beach water, into the ocean?
What's that water at the beach?
Beach water. Do we want to jump back into the beach water, aka the ocean, at 2000 Malibu Road?
Oh, let's go. Before we get into episodes 3 and 4, I did come across this little info that we should have included last time. So actually, let me stop myself there. If you haven't listened to our last episode, which covers the first 2 episodes of 2000 Malibu Road, which were combined into a TV movie, start there, not just for like the storyline purposes, but also like all the kind of behind the scenes, how the show came together, how Drew got involved with it. All of that info is in our last episode. So today we're mostly just going to focus on going through episodes 3 and 4. But I did find out, or I'd known and forgotten, that Drew had interviewed her co-star Tuesday Night, who plays her sister, for Interview Magazine in their March 1993 issue. So I think that's like fun and worth noting.
Yeah.
The only version I could find of it is super small and blurry, but I could make out Drew saying to Tuesday, people were flipping out over how conniving your character was on Malibu Road. It's amazing because you are the sweetest person I've ever known. I just thought that was cool.
That is cool. And the picture that's like part of the article, it really looks like a picture of Drew.
Yes. And it's caught me on eBay before because like Drew's in the listing and I've been like, what? And then I'm like, no, that's not her. And I've done it probably like 3 times. What? Nope, that's not her.
Actually, I was thinking like while I was watching the show, not necessarily because of this, like there is a resemblance between the two actresses. Like you can see like why they would have been chosen as sisters in a way, even though they like really end up looking very different because of the way they're like styled. Yes. Yeah. And in this picture from Interview, Tuesday's hair is literally like almost looks like Drew's hair in 2000 Malibu Road. It's like blonde and curly. So it's really interesting. But anyway, should we jump into episode 3?
Let's do it.
Just start talking about this absolute joy of a show.
No pun intended.
Last Sunday, one movie was the highest rated new show of the summer.
Physical evidence doesn't lie.
Now it's the hot new series, 2000 Malibu Road, Wednesday.
All right. The hottest show of the summer. That's right. So the theme song continues to just kill me with how cheesy it is. Like I've been watching at work and I'm like turning it down whenever that starts. Like now it needs to be like, what the hell are you watching in here?
Saxophone just blaring through your speakers.
Exactly. Also, when I was watching the credits, I realized we didn't mention this. So the actor who plays the cop character, I can't think of what his name is in the show, but his name is Ron Marquette, and he tragically died 2 years after this came out. And it's very like mysterious circumstances. It was gun related, but there's like some people are saying it was suicide. Some people are saying it was like a Russian roulette accident. Some people are saying murder. So I couldn't find like even a single blip of any information like in newspaper archives, which I thought was very surprising. But there are some weird like conspiracy theory links out there. So just Google his name. You can look into that if you're interested. But so sad because I actually really like him in this. Like I think his character is kind of interesting.
As the one and only cop in Malibu.
The one and only cop in all of it, Los Angeles.
That is really sad, but it's always interesting to like bring up when people are gone that we're like watching. Yeah. I don't know, it's a trip to think of like, I don't know, we were talking earlier about like legacies and I'm just like, at least he was like captured maybe for his family. I don't
captured
know.
Like looking very handsome. It is weird. There's a lot of people involved with the show who are just gone and it's just so weird.
Right. Weird.
Anyway.
All right. Yeah, let's jump in. So Jade is still in jail and Joy, aka Honey Bunny, is there to help. Of course she is, right?
Of course.
Of course she is.
She inserts herself into everything.
And well, she brought some like witchy things with her.
I know, I'm dying because they're like, she says like, I tried to bring in some herbal supplements and a healing crystal. And it's like, ooh, she's crazy. We're like, now that would be like, oh, thanks. That's so great.
Right. But she also like, she calls them herbal tranquilizers, which I was like, what the hell? What the hell?
With Joy, you never know what that could be. That's a little shady.
Absolutely not. And then she's also there to remind Jade of her wealthy family that she should be asking to back her up. It's really
the family that Jade denies having, and she's like, I found this article about this woman and she looks just like you and she's so Joy is just, she's a lot. And Jade is denying that they're her family, but like, spoiler alert, they are.
Yep. We'll get back to that because it continues. But thankfully, pretty soon into the show, Drew appears, and Lindsay is dressed in a blue robe with daisies all over it, which is so cute.
And I was like, this is pretty early for a daisy reference on Drew. Like it could be total coincidence, you know, this is really before it became sort of her trademark, but it's stuff definitely like tickled me to see.
Me too. And it feels fitting for like the sweetness of her character too. Like,
yes.
Yeah, it's really cute. And she appears with Jennifer Beals in this scene, Perry. And this is what you said you had noted was a really sweet scene between the two of them.
Yeah, I talked about in our last episode that this was like a nice one to see because they're very like adversarial in wishful thinking, which they did 3 years later. Like Drew's basically trying to steal her boyfriend.
Yep.
I've got a feeling somebody's trying
to steal my man.
We got to do wishful thinking soon.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, this is just a very sweet scene where they're kind of bonding. Perry's like looking for pantyhose, which is like so 90s.
Like the initial thing with their conversation is her coming in to ask for pantyhose.
Yeah. But then Lindsay's sort of like looking for some advice about dating or men. And then she tells this story that I found very interesting. It's her backstory. This is the first time we're hearing this.
The day before I was supposed to marry my high school sweetheart, I moved all my stuff into his house, and then he left me standing at the altar, literally. Eventually, I did get my stuff back in a big brown box without a note.
The guy sounds like a real jerk.
Well, that's the funny thing. Before that, he was so sweet. I tell Joy that I have to confront him one day and finish it all up. She says it'll just pour salt to my wounds.
And I just was like, I wonder if her sister had something to do with this.
Oh, God.
Right?
We can only wonder. Like,
she's obsessed with Lindsay. Lindsay's about to go get married. Like, we're not going to let that happen. And we've already seen her like tell outrageous lies about Lindsay to like stop her from having an opportunity.
Well, and she's saying, you know what? Up to that point, he was really sweet.
Yeah.
I think that's a good call. I wish they kind of like wove that in more. I don't know.
It's never going to be resolved, guys. I don't think we'll ever find out. But I'm going to say that's my canon. That's what happened there.
I think that's a very good assumption. I also liked kind of in the same scene, she says this line, which I don't know. I just liked the way she said it.
I know what you mean. I'm so scared to fall in love again and get hurt.
Aww.
I don't know why. It's just a little thing, but
vulnerable Drew is always like touching.
Exactly. We'll go back to the pantyhose for a second because I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny how Lindsay says to Perry, "I'm surprised you don't buy them in bulk."
Yeah, because you're a lawyer.
Like a lawyer. Yeah. Yeah.
But I love that she pulls up a pair of white tights. Like, ooh, you think she's joking. How about these? But I was like, oh, do you think she brought these over from the Doppelganger set? Because that girl likes some white tights.
Yes. Yeah, I do like that it's kind of like a joke. Like, you think these will fly? They look like they're like polka dot white tights too, which is really funny.
And it's crazy that this is like a few months after Doppelganger. Like a few months. Maybe like
really
3.
Weird. That is really, it probably wouldn't feel as weird if the hair wasn't so different.
Yeah,
but that's what makes it like feel like so like it's got to be far away. And yet this feels closer to Mad Love than it does to Doppelganger.
Yeah,
somehow.
I agree. There's weird Mad Love similarities. Feelings. I know we talked about that last time, but even this next scene we're going to talk about.
Oh,
I don't know if you also. Do you see what I'm seeing? Okay.
Yes. Before you even finish your sentence.
Yeah, I know.
Just talking over you, I'm like.
Yeah, we're just like, we are just going to kind of like power through Lindsay's parts for episode 3 real fast because she's not in that much. And then we'll kind of like tell you what was happening with the other characters. It's just like made more sense for the way this episode was sort of set up.
So let's just jump to Lindsay sneaking out for a date with Eric. I like how, of course, she has to sneak out because of her sister Joy, who is a total control freak and trying to keep her away from Eric. So there's this shot of Lindsay like peering over Joy to make sure she's like asleep. And it's so cute. And she's literally like putting on her clothes as she's walking out of the house. Like she's like totally like, okay, perfect timing. I gotta go. But so sad that she has to do that. It's really sweet. And then, she's at the, I don't know where they go.
Restaurant.
Like which is like basically almost closed. It looks like they're the only ones there.
Right by their house in this like cinematic universe because it's like where all of the like dinner things take place. Like, is this one? This is where Perry's dude works, I think.
Oh, and I just realized I think it shows the time is like midnight when she leaves. Oh, right. I feel like
you're right.
The clock like goes from 11:59 or something to midnight. So the restaurant, it doesn't look open. It probably isn't really open. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, but something about the shot of her at this table, I didn't even note it because I was getting sick of myself referencing Mad Love so much. Yeah. But this shot reminds me of her at the restaurant in Mad Love before
It
she
looks
like.
a
Yes.
lot like
Okay.
it. I feel like we got to do a comparison there.
Okay, I will.
Even like the angle is very
Yes.
similar. Obviously, that's a very different scene.
Very
if you want to
different.
hear us gush about Mad Love, I think we've already mentioned Mad Love.
Yeah,
Well,
but again,
anyway.
episode 31, guys.
Yes.
We really like that movie. It's a special one to us.
Yes, we do. I also like that the house ended up being in this episode of us talking about something that reminds us of it. Anyway,
so I do love that Eric wants her to play a character in his script whose name is Holly, and she's right in the middle of playing her two Hollies, Doppelganger, as we mentioned, and then Boys on the Side, which would film like a year and a half after this. So amazing.
And she loves this character that he's written.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what about the character of Holly? Could you relate to her at all?
I would kill to play her.
Maybe that is more like Doppelganger.
I would kill.
I do appreciate that in this scene, we sort of start getting an explanation as to why Lindsay lets her sister basically run her entire life. Like, they're starting to fill in some blanks for us here.
And I'll play this, but I also feel like I'm still surprised that Eric hasn't talked to her about what Joy told him.
Never comes up again.
Anyway, let's listen to this.
But I just feel like I owe her everything. I mean, she's done so much for me. She's given up everything. She gave up college so that I could take acting lessons and modeling lessons. I feel like I owe everything to her.
Don't you think she's getting something out of it, too?
Maybe she is. It's just that I feel so guilty.
Oh, poor Lindsay.
Poor Lindsay, but we knew there had to be some kind of like inciting incident to give her such power.
Yeah. And it probably was that dude leaving her at the altar, It's like, oh, honey, buddy, let's go start a new life. You're going to be a star. You won't need him.
Do we know what actually is like where their parents are?
I feel like somewhere along the line, Drew said that she was from the Midwest. But
okay,
that's about all I have on that.
Okay, because we know they're not actually dead or whatever they said about her mom.
Yeah, no. All right. Our next scene with Drew is she's leaving a phone message for Eric about they're going to have like a secret meetup later. And she's just so cute and excited. She's like, oh, we'll meet at our favorite place. And then, and she looks beautiful. I love that you noted that.
Yeah. This close up of her is it's just such a flattering angle. And her smile is so sweet when she's like, our favorite place.
She has like good chemistry with him. Like she looks very excited and like very like their flirtations are very real to me.
Yeah.
But Joy, of course, is like hovering in the background and she's like, who are you talking to? And so Drew makes up this story about, oh, you don't carry this shade of lipstick? Oh, okay, bye. Like she's talking to a store and she's very upset about how she can't find her lipstick anywhere. And Joy's response.
Yeah.
God, it's so bad.
Absolutely no one carries my favorite shade of lipstick anymore.
Not to fret, honey bunny. Soon we'll have so much money, I will hire a personal chemist to blend you your own. And then the only thing we'll have to worry about are all those nasty boys who want to kiss it off those pouty little lips.
And Lindsay's definitely like
the face, which I don't know, where did this come from, us calling this like smile not smile chums?
Oh, that's a long story that we don't have time for here.
Okay. But it's like an inside
thing.
joke between us that when somebody's smiling but you can tell it's like not with like enthusiasm, we tend to call it chums. And this is like kind of perfectly chums.
Yeah, you can see she's like, as we mentioned in the last episode, we've seen a couple times where she's just like about her sister, like it's starting to bother her.
They're showing it for sure, like her like visible annoyance with her sister for sure. So now we're just going to jump to the next scene with Lindsay, which is she and Eric visiting a homeless encampment. Because his film is about the homeless that he's trying to get funded. And he says something about like, he's being able to see his parents' house from the encampment. And that really disturbs him. So it's kind of an interesting, like, I don't know.
Juxtaposition.
Yeah, the juxtaposition is interesting, but it's sweet the way that Drew is so, charmed by his like passion.
Yeah, it is. And unfortunately, this scene is very dark. They're on the beach at night. But I like that you brightened it up. It looks like she has her hair pulled back in a different way. Like it almost looks like there's a little ponytail situation going on.
There is, yes.
It's hard to see.
It is really hard to see.
So this again is like I told you throughout the whole show, this is the running theme. Drew's got a project, it's canceled. She's hired, she's fired. She's gonna do this, it's not happening anymore. So his homelessness movie, it's gonna do great. They're gonna get financing. Nope, the financiers dropped out.
And because the financiers, apparently the studio said, homelessness isn't big at the box office this year.
I missed that line. Oh my God.
I just thought it was so silly because I was like, I don't know if the character, obviously it's in a soap opera, so that being a line is not surprising, but I don't know if it's the character being like sarcastic and saying that's what they said.
Yeah.
Anyway, like shortly after that, he's talking passionately about why he wants to do this, and it ends with her just like smiling at him in such a sweet way. Like,
yeah, she's
really
definitely
cute.
into his vibe. He's a good guy. Like I like his character.
Me too.
More than I would have expected, as I mentioned last time.
Yep.
And that's her last scene of the episode. There's like another 17 minutes that she's not in. I was like, rip off.
Yeah. So now we can run through a little bit of the other sort of storylines that were going on, just so you guys aren't lost. You might still be lost.
Yeah, you might be. So we start with Perry, Jennifer Beals' character. She goes back to her old place and she's very sad because her husband had died. She's like packing stuff up and they're really hammering home the wine drinking. I don't know if you've been picking up on it, but she's constantly got a little sip of wine going on. It's like so not.
And I feel like there's one point either in this episode or the next where they like call it out outright in like a really stupid way.
Joy does, because she says like to Jade, like, I don't blame you for firing her. It's no secret she has a drinking problem or something like that.
So silly.
The cop character is definitely like onto something being shady about Jade's case, which I like because he's the only cop in town. It's good he's paying attention. And I trust him way more than the cheesy ass client slash boyfriend slash guy she went to high school with.
Not friend. Yeah.
I don't trust this guy. I don't like that he disappeared on her. He literally like stood her up and then he like says, "Oh, I got so scared of getting close to someone." I'm just like, meh.
He basically is like scared of you. It's like, oh God. I mean, I do find their dynamic to be a little charming, but also, like I'm waiting for him to be
totally.
I don't know. For him to do something wrong.
I agree. The whole courtroom scene was a little rough to watch.
Oh gosh. Well, the ex-girlfriend being like whatever, like
interrogated by because Perry's like playing it as if, hey, I understand, I support women, and then she like turns on her and it just like, you know, this woman's accusing her dude of being a rapist, and it's rough.
They make her look really bad. It's also interesting. There's a scene before that where she's like talking to the judge ahead of time, and like he wants to make a deal, but then he wants her to make him look good somehow. So I don't know. It's really interesting. So like he says he'll let her interrogate without stopping her. So it does end up making the girl who's accused him of rape look really, really like out there.
Right. The most important takeaway from this scene for me was that two of the people, the actors, looked familiar to me, and they both come from some of my personal favorite productions. So I have to point them out. The judge, the actor is Gerald Castillo, and he played AC Slater's dad on Saved by the Bell. Obviously, I'm going to recognize that.
Oh my God. Amazing.
He also passed away 2 years ago, like very recently, which is wild. And then the what do we call her? The victim on the stand, you know, the ex-girlfriend of the guy. I don't know anyone's names. Her name's Allison. There we go. I have it in the notes.
Okay.
Her name, the actress is Hope Davis. And she is probably most known for the very important role of the French ticket agent at the airport in Home Alone who can't get the family back to Kevin. I've seen Home Alone so many times. Like,
so
there's no way I would recognize her. I recognized her, but I couldn't remember why. And as soon as I
looked it up,
saw her IMDb name, it started clicking because I've looked her up from other shows. And I was like, oh, and I like knew before I even scrolled to the bottom of her credits.
Great. And of course, like, what is Home Alone 94? So it's like
90.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's before that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Anyway, I love kind of thinking about like when you see, I love watching stuff and recognizing people. And I always end up looking it up. So I love having these little tidbits in here. I haven't had that happen with this show.
I know. I'm like, I don't know how many people are going to care about these 2 credits, but they're important to me. So
the 90s love is strong with you and us.
Yep.
All right, let's get a little bit into Joy's storyline.
Our favorite character.
So Scott and Joy, what was his previous thing? He was like the
network guy that she blackmailed, and then he got fired. So Lindsay got fired. Guess what? She's going to get rehired for a new show. It just goes over and over again. Their little relationship is just wild to me. Like, he hates her, but now he's starting to like respect her in a weird way.
Yep.
I love that he just showers in front of her while talking about like how they could blackmail his boss.
Well, then she like even show her like kind of like peering in sort of creepily.
It's like, ooh, she's horned up for him all the time. Like, or not just him. She also was for the cop in the jail scene at the beginning of the episode. She was like, hi.
She is something.
So they come up with this. Yeah, they come up with this plan. They're going to blackmail his boss because he's been like paying some woman it's a whole thing. Anyway, he's not on the up and up. So they got to go find some files in the offices of the network, DBS, not CBS, guys. DBS, get it?
Drew Barrymore Studios.
Yeah. Even the logo, I was like, it's like kind of like the CBS eye, but not really.
Yeah.
And I love that they like stealthily, and I use that term really sarcastically, like run through the parking garage, like right through the middle of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so goofy. And then they're using glow sticks to snoop through the file.
There's no way there'd be enough light with a glow stick. Like, there's just no way. And then they, I guess they kind of get what they want, but it's so ridiculous. Scott is seemingly, like you said, like kind of into the wild ways. He is.
Yeah, I think he's like
starting to compliment
so much
her.
Fun.
Yes.
You know, when I first met you, I thought you were totally nuts.
And now? Have you changed your mind?
You are so cool. Being with you, it's not like being with a woman at all. That's it. I could sell this. As long as there's absolutely no possibility of sexual attraction.
Sorry. I played more than you originally said.
I mean, but it's just like, we don't even normally put in audio that's not Drew related, but this was just too funny to me. I had to. You are so cool.
But I also love that it's like she's like hopeful for a minute that it's like romantic, and then he just like makes it so clear that it's not. And then it looks like they're about to kiss before they get busted. Like,
makes no sense. Yeah. So they're busted by a security guard, but of course Joy's gonna weasel her way out of it with some blackmail. She gets the boss on the phone and she's home free.
She also looks like a cartoon bandit with her beanie on. Like, it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, you could just picture her going, what would you wear to break and enter? I know, honey bunny. This black beanie. I'm going to switch my turban out for a black beanie.
Okay, that's enough Joy for now. It's always a joy to see
Joy. Thanks for the joy that you bring.
Yes.
All right, so the last storyline is about Jade. I find hers to be, I've switched my mind and now she's the most boring to me. I don't really enjoy anything about this storyline. She's released on bail thanks to her super weird rich parents. They're super yucky, bad vibes. We don't know if Joy was the one that called them.
Yeah.
I assumed yes, but then she denies it in the next episode. But it's Joy,
how else would they know? Because it sounds like Jade has used a different name all this time. Anyway, her parents keep calling her Vicky, and I kept going like, what? And I was like, oh, that's right.
Jade is her sexy name. of course, we can't get through an episode without fat shaming. So her mom literally says, like, let's go over here. I don't want that fat girl eavesdropping. I was like, oh my God, why?
And then, of course, Joy was outside the door eavesdropping. And then she found a way to go outside and follow them and eavesdrop anyway. So you can't get away from Joy.
You can't eat Joy.
No, she's too smart.
So then I was like, was this whole scheme of like her being attacked and then set up for murder and all that, is that like all to either screw up or help her super Republican stepfather's chance at running for office? Is that where this is going?
When I read your note, I was like, wait, why would it be to screw it up? And then I realized you're saying maybe there's somebody on the other side sabotaging.
It's either that or they want to have their daughter out of sex work and marrying this stupid, disgusting, like, society dude. Yeah. So that there's no like skeletons in the closet if he runs for office. I can't really tell.
But why start it with like a murder? It's really weird. I mean,
it's convoluted.
It does feel shady on so many sides. Yeah, including her parents like coming in and the way they're trying to like tell her how the rest of this is going to go. Like, they literally have set up a marriage with somebody.
It's all very weird.
I also don't really understand her relationship to like the lawyer who tells her he loves her and is really
I hate him. He's her client. He's the one at the very beginning of the show who like starts to drown her in the ocean, and then he's like, I was just kidding. Like, wait, he's in on all this. Yeah.
The lawyer guy?
Yeah. The one she keeps like going to lunch with, and he keeps like saying, you got to get your parents to just get involved. Like, just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Think that he was the one who was trying to like drown her.
Yeah.
Or playfully, whatever.
Playfully, yeah. He's a piece of shit, and I hate it.
Yeah. All right, so that stuff wraps up episode 3. Like you said, it was kind of a light on the Drew. So after these messages, we'll be back at episode 4.
2000 Malibu Road will continue.
All right, so I didn't notice before, maybe we talked about it, but I noticed this time in the intro, Joy's like witchy surroundings. It's like she's surrounded in candles.
There's like shadows of birds flying behind.
Yes. I actually think that Brian Bloom's with like the camera, even though it's really cheesy, it's like, cheesy. It's kind of cool in a way too.
That's what I was talking about before, how like everyone's like, this is what I do, except Drew is just like sitting on a bed. But I guess that is what she does. Like, be pretty, honey bunny. That's all you have to do.
I mean, it comes in this episode.
Yeah, it does.
The controlling side. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so the opening scene is Joy and Jade in the kitchen, and this is where Joy claims she didn't call Jade's parents. But like, can we trust her? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I also felt like Joy looked somehow more glammed up in this scene when she's wearing like none of her regular stuff. She's in a white bathrobe. It doesn't have her glasses on. Yeah. She like looked, I don't want to just say like she looked prettier, because, obviously they're putting all the accoutrement on her to make the like character more wild. But
so I kind of started feeling like they were putting her in a fat suit. There was just like a couple moments where I was like, she doesn't look proportional in the way that like somebody who is a little more on the heavy, like she's not fat. Like I hate that anyway. But I did find a thing where Tuesday Night said she loved doing 2000 Malibu Road. So she's talking very positively about it. And she said, Joel Schumacher was the best. He fought for me to get this part against the network as they wanted someone with brown hair and was heavy set. So they threw me in a quote unquote fat suit. And I was like, I knew it. Like, I hate it. So
I also
gross.
like that quote continues and made me become the dictator, Joy.
Yeah, I should have read that part because it's so
But
accurate.
Also, fat suit. Like, what a time.
Yeah. What a time.
Because there's so many lines about her being the fat sister.
And what is the
fat
point?
Girl.
What is the point? It doesn't bring anything to the character.
It doesn't. It's not. No, I don't understand what the point of that is. I think it's just to be like, she's like the ugly one.
Yeah, which is ridiculous because she's not. Anyway, all right. Maybe on the inside. So we get this really cute scene of Lindsay and Eric on the beach. This is sort of a different look for Drew. She's in white overalls and she has a little white headband on. It's just like a little out of her element, but it was really cute on her. I liked it.
I don't know about Eric's no shirt under jean jacket look. I'm not sure about it.
With like a necklace on his chest.
Of course. It almost looks like in the screenshot you have like maybe his like Hanes are showing above his pant line.
Yeah. It's also very giving me like Jason Priestley, Luke Perry, 90210 era.
Well, he totally gives me the
total
vibe.
sense. Yeah. He's got the sideburns. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a mashup of like, and like Jamie Walters. It's like.
Yeah. Totally. That was the guy.
Yep.
So yeah, this scene is really cute. I think their like talk about Hollywood is a little like, I was a little eye rolly how it's just like, how do they make movies like this? Because they're talking about a horror movie that he's been offered to like rewrite. I don't know. It's just a little like,
I thought it was a little cute, her talking about like, I think she was kind of talking about like the logistics of an actress in Hollywood. I was like, it's interesting. I don't know. Again, it's that meta thing.
Yeah. Definitely. And this just felt like a very natural Drew to me. Again, their like way that they flirt and stuff. This is just really cute.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting, how you were talking about the sexual passion and the hypocrisy of the times.
Really?
So, Eric, when are you ever going to kiss me?
Lindsay Rule, where are you?
Oh, God. It's her.
It's your sister.
Oh God, it's her.
Yeah, this is like one of the very explicit I don't want my sister around thing.
Yeah.
Lindsay
and
Rule.
They do. Yeah. Where are you, Lindsay Rule? They do get a little smoocheroo in here, though.
They do. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it later. They are like really in each other's mouths with their kisses. Like,
I noticed that too. Big old making out, deep tongue looking.
Yeah, I was like, oh God. A little much, but I was like, all right. Drew likes making out.
Yours, Drew.
Yes. And then now we have a bunch of scenes without Drew. We'll go into him a little bit. Yeah, like you have this note about Perry's client again, and I'm like, the guy she's dating, right? Like, I'm like so confused.
Like, also, is that like, are you allowed to date your clients as a lawyer?
That doesn't seem kosher.
Yeah. But yeah, he's laying it on real thick, talking about his guilt about the girl who accused him of rape, and he's like feeling so bad about it, and I'm just not buying what he's selling. We see Perry's car has been vandalized, maybe by this woman. Maybe not. I'm TBD if we ever get any resolution on that. And then he asks her at some point to move in with him. And it comes up multiple times. I'm like, you guys barely have like hung out.
Yeah. Their relationship is hard for me to decipher. Like I said earlier, I think their dynamic can be sweet. Like there's some moments like I think later where they're like in the bed together and it's like really cute.
Yeah. I wonder if we can attribute that to like Joel Schumacher's directing, that like these like the way that Drew and Brian Bloom are together, like there's just like a good like flirty chemistry between some of the characters. So maybe we can just say like he did a good job with that.
Yeah, even though the storyline is like, what?
Right. Yeah. Dude, chill.
Yeah.
So then we get Scott and Joy, our little scheming couple. He doesn't know yet if he's going to get his job back from the blackmail, but he does. I love how Joy tells him that Lindsay will not do an ensemble show and be one among many. And I was like, that's kind of meta because we're in an ensemble show here.
That's so true.
Like, is Drew better than this show? Well,
my God.
And then there's this show coming out that she's telling Scott that her sister will be in, and it's the Jessica Raleigh show. And the concept of the show is this glamorous movie star mother, she's the mom to the homeliest teenager in America. Just like, what the hell is this show?
Well, and then they're like explaining, it seems like this Jessica Raleigh person is like a really big deal. Like she actually is, and they would be using her name in the show.
Right. But her teenager needs to be homely and ugly because she can't upstage her.
Yes. But then I don't understand, why is Joy still pushing her for her to be in this?
Because that doesn't matter. She's wrong for the part. Yeah. It's going to be a big show.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Let's skip to they go over to Scott's office. So I was confused about how much time had passed here because Scott has his job back. He's fully moved into his office. Joy shows up posing as a reporter, which I was like dying over.
I think he's still like hanging something on the wall, so it's like relatively recent.
True, but
it's
she
unclear.
says that that she had to read about his promotion in Variety, and he hasn't been taking her calls. I was like, I thought this was like the next day, but no, I guess not.
Oh my God! And then there's more blackmail on the part of Joy to Scott. She admits that she'd recorded Scott having sex with someone, and that like she has this as like. I was confused.
Remember when she sneaks into his house and throws that woman out?
Yeah.
And so she had apparently recorded them having sex first. And turns out that woman's married. And of course, she's married to a bodybuilder on the cover of Fitness Weekly. Ooh, look out, Scott.
Of course. So if Joy tells Scott is going to be beaten down by Mr. Bodybuilder.
And she describes it in like great detail what this bodybuilder will do to Scott.
But I don't even remember that part. But also, I guess this is what sets up, like this is what she's doing in order for Lindsay to get the part in the Jessica Rowley show.
And she's going to do even more than this. There are no levels she will not stoop to.
There's no limit.
The limit does not exist.
All right. So then we have this scene of Lindsay and Joy talking, and Drew's in this like baseball jersey with a cute short denim jumper underneath, and I'm like, she's pulling this off again, like somehow it's way cuter than it would be like on anyone else.
Doesn't sound cute on paper.
No, I was trying to figure out what the jersey says.
Me too, and I could not figure it out. It was driving me crazy. It looks like it's just random letters.
Right, it looks like ORN on one side and F and W on the other. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. It's okay.
So Lindsay wants to talk to Joy about Eric and that she wants to date him and she doesn't want to sneak around. Mm-hmm. But of course, Joy's like, oh, honey buddy, you're not going to have time for that. And why? Because she just took care of things and got her a starring role on the Jessica Rowley show.
You are going to co-star in the Jessica Rowley show? What? Yes.
Since when?
You'll be starting tomorrow.
But I haven't even read for it or met the producers or anything like that.
Honey, that is the miracle of having someone who loves you so much on your side.
You know, her vibe right there reminds me of Kitty Farmer from Donnie Darko.
Oh my God, why. Totally. Yeah, so basically like Lindsay she's confused, but she just has to go with it. No questions asked. And Joy just tells her to go do her step aerobics.
She like lists other things. She's like, condition your hair, take a bath, and then put tea bags on your eyelids.
And I love the end of the scene. Drew just like throws her hands up like
she literally like visibly shrugs when Joy turns around. It's very funny. It's very funny, but also like, what? The whole thing is what? And even Drew's face when Joy is telling her, I feel like
she's trying not to laugh.
Yeah, she looks like she's trying not to laugh. It's kind of funny. She does look, like I said, unreasonably cute for being wearing a jersey.
Yeah, and another piece of like red clothing, which comes up a lot for her character. It's kind of fun.
True. Yeah, that is true. There's a scene between Jade and her stepdad. Is this the guy who's running for some political thing?
Yeah. See, you're like me, where you're just like, what is happening? This is so boring.
Well, it's not interesting. And then you noticed another location.
Yeah, I only noted this for you, but the exterior of where they are supposedly meeting is the Langham Huntington Hotel in Pasadena. So I thought that was fun because Anne used to live right there.
I did, and I didn't recognize it, weirdly enough.
It looks gigantic.
Yeah, I think it is gigantic. And I just noted like Jade's stepdad is so rude to her.
Both her parents, they're awful.
Yeah, they are. In this scene, he like says multiple degrading things about her being a sex worker.
Of course. And she's definitely trying to threaten him with some sort of secret blackmail as well. We don't know what happened, but she's like, I'll tell everyone. And I can only imagine something disgusting.
Right. And then he's like, you're way out of your league or something. I forget what he says. He's like, try it. Ooh, or whatever. I don't remember.
You can't go against this Southern family.
All right, now back to DBS Studios.
Yes, and I wanted to mention here, I should have mentioned it last episode. Again, maybe no one cares. Filming locations are a thing I'm into, but I actually recognize this one from personal experience.
So
and
funny.
I had to double check and make sure I was right. But yeah, the exteriors for the studio are actually where the like the E Network studios are. So I've been there before and that's why I recognized it. But yeah, they look amazingly the same. Like it hasn't changed at all. So that's kind of fun. And Jessica Raleigh makes her appearance here. She is played by Sally Kellerman, who had just been in Doppelganger as the phone sex operator nun character. And when we watched that, I was kind of in a hurry and I ended up skipping that scene because I sort of knew like the gist of it. So I didn't really like have her recently fresh in my mind, but I love that like they did 2 projects together in the same year.
It is so funny that yet again, I feel like Doppelganger feels like a soap opera.
Yeah. Talk about convoluted.
Yeah, no kidding.
So there's a whole thing about this Jessica Raleigh character, how the tabloids had outed her addiction problems, and she's saying like she hopes it helps others. And I was like, ew, like this is a little close to home, especially we just read the chapter of Little Girl Lost where this happens to Drew in real life over on our Patreon.
Patreon.com/HowDoYouDrew.
And also being like only a couple years after Little Girl Lost was released as a trip.
Yeah. So then Joy, this is so terrible. Again, that there's no end to what she will do.
Yep.
She pretends that she also has a drinking problem. And so this Jessica Raleigh has been her inspiration. And if her sister doesn't get the part, she might just need to go drink again.
Like, do you know if there's an AA meeting close by?
And Jessica Raleigh takes her, by the way.
Yep, because she really wants to make that connection and force like this relationship with her.
It's so devious.
It's so devious.
Poor Lindsay. Basically, Jessica Raleigh takes one look at her and like has a conniption fit because she's in this like sexy black tight little dress and she's like, this slut is gonna play my daughter.
More homely, please.
Yeah, right. You promised me homeliness.
Yeah. She looks so beautiful, of course. But it's like, wait, how did everything about it, how did they not like have her at least dress down? I don't get any of it.
Yeah, I know. I thought the same thing. Why is this what she comes in wearing?
I mean, she looks great, but it's like, I don't know. If this was the first time, I don't get it. Obviously.
And also like her character, number 1 is clocking that like this is not on the up and up. Yeah. And number 2, she recognizes Scott from when he pretty much assaulted her in the first episode. So now she knows like that guy that I'm going to be doing this show for is a piece of shit. So cool. Let's go.
True. Meaning Lindsay has no idea all the scheming that Joy is doing with Scott.
Of course not.
Of course not. Of course not. No trust there.
So again, I'm like, she's fired, but then she's rehired. Don't worry. Like she got fired and then Joy went to this AA meeting and now Drew's got the part again. But she's saying like, she's totally wrong for the role and she knows she's going to get fired again. Like this poor girl. That is her entire storyline, just over and over.
Yeah. And then Lindsay she's going to visit Eric and she just kind of like surprises him in his backyard.
And she has like a chip on her shoulder because of this whole thing that just happened.
Yes. And so she's in a little bit of a mood. I kind of liked this little exchange.
Mm-hmm.
No, hey, wait a second. Now I'm a writer. Writers are always looking for an excuse to procrastinate.
That's what I am to you, just an excuse to procrastinate.
Yeah, she's kind of pissed. She's taking it out on him.
Also, that reminds me of Casey Roberts.
Yes,
somehow.
me too. Me too. I totally thought that too. I don't know what the line is, but I hear it too.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either.
But again, I like Eric. Instead of him being like, mad or like offended, he just goes like, hey, did we have a bad day? Like, he's sweet.
And he like reels her back in, even though she's like, I don't know. It is really sweet.
So this is so cute, this part. So he wants her to read his script, his important scripts about homelessness, because he just like sees her and like, he's just looking at her being all like, riled up. And he's like, do me a favor, just read this part for me. And this is what I was talking to you about last episode. Like, this is another sort of peek behind the curtain of like the real Drew acting. Like, her reading from a script is kind of fun to see.
No, I didn't run away. I walked away. What if you walked away and nobody followed? What if they held the door open for you? What if you bought me dinner? I'd do anything that you wanted. And I'd show you a really good time.
That's terrific. I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah?
Yes, it is. You have a lot of natural ability. You really do. That sounded great.
I guess I just relate to Holly's character in a lot of ways. I mean, on the outside, we're totally different, but on the inside, I guess that we're just the same.
I would kill to play her.
Also, like, I don't really understand what she's relating to in that part. Like, it doesn't feel like anything about her life would make her feel that way. So I don't know if there was more we were going to learn, but I don't think we ever do.
I don't know, but it's a sweet scene. And the fact that like Drew, I'll say Lindsay, but Drew is like, sounds like she's choking up a little bit while she's reading it. So it's really cute.
I know. I like that too.
Yeah. And I noted here the very open-mouthed kiss between the two of them.
Big old smooches.
She looks super dreamy. There's like multiple kind of shots of her in this scene that are really beautiful. Like she looks, the way she's lit is really beautiful. Like,
and again, she's in, doesn't sound cute, a denim vest, but she's making it work somehow.
Yes, she is.
Okay, so now we're going over to Perry over, I put dude's house. I was like, I literally don't know his name. I figured it out later because it's spray painted on the wall, but his name is Roger. So they're at his house, and I just like on a weird hunch, they like show the exterior. I was like, I wonder if this is anything. So I did like a quick Google image search of it, and it used to be Shirley Temple's house. It's in Santa Monica.
So random.
I know. She lived there from 1934 to 1936, supposedly, before like, then she started getting really famous. So they had to like get a more private house because this is just like out on a normal street. But it was really fun to see. There's like an old postcard of it.
Yeah.
It's like home of Shirley Temple, and it looks so similar. Like, it's crazy. It hasn't changed at all.
It looks exactly the same. Yep, it's such a classic style, like Spanish style house with like a clay tile roof.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Really cool house. I'm glad that you did that search because that's just such a random little fact. Like,
so random.
Yeah, sure, maybe it was just the outside shot, but it's neat that they're using that.
Yeah.
And then I mentioned earlier, there's the cute moments between Perry and Roger waking up together in the morning. But soon after,
dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 they walk into the living room, I guess. And what do they see?
Yeah, spray painted on the wall, Roger. And I was like, oh, that's his name. Roger is a filthy rapist. Wow. Intense.
Kind of intense.
Someone managed to do that while they were sleeping. And it's kind of a lot to believe.
Broken, just spray painted the wall. I mean, I obviously we're meant to assume that it's the girl Allison.
Right. But aren't you like,
well,
I'm questioning it.
With all the other weird shit in this show, like there's probably going to be a twist, right?
Right. Exactly. Nothing straightforward, except what cop is going to show up to handle this?
The only one.
The only one. We don't know his name, but he's the only one. She always calls him by his last name, and I can't think of what it is.
I can't either.
I wonder if we could look it up.
Sergeant Joe Munoz.
Munoz, that's what it is. Okay.
All right, Joe. Thanks for coming and checking out this graffiti.
All right. So we get Lindsay sneaking out again. This is a really cute little scene. She's like in her bedroom reading the script. I'm sure it's the script, the homelessness script.
Yep.
And I'm kind of surprised how much I'm liking these headbands on her. Like, it doesn't, again, it doesn't seem like it would be cute, but it's working.
It's working for her. Yeah. I'm always weird about headbands too. Every time I've like put one on in my life, I'm like, nah, can't do it.
Yeah, totally. It is really cute. She like hears the dog barking and she looks at her window and there's Eric and his dog and they're like waving to her and she looks so excited to like sneak out and see him. And Joy is sleeping, but not for long.
Not for long. Yeah, basically she like almost immediately wakes up when Lindsay runs outside.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they're walking down to the beach after this. I guess I'm surprised. I feel like Joy sees them and then she doesn't follow them. Does she say anything to them?
Oh, she follows them.
Oh, that's right.
She follows them with binoculars.
That's right. That's right.
Another really dark, like, nighttime beach scene. It actually looks brighter on my screen that I'm looking at now than it did.
Oh, that's good.
At work. So I can at least see what's going on now.
It is really cute. And this scene, it gave me like minor Mad Love vibes, like walking up to the waterfall. Because there's even something she does where she like kind of steadies herself with her arm, which is like exactly what she does in Mad Love.
Oh my God, I'll have to come back and watch it. Who knew when we did this project that we'd be like, it turns out that 2000 Malibu Road is like laying the groundwork for Mad Love. Like, I never would have guessed that.
But just in like a very weird, subtle way that only we can pick up on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the average person probably has no clue what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So this is, again, here we go again. The movie's back on. He's got financing, his own personal financing. He's going to turn 25 and get his trust fund, and he's going to finance it himself.
That's right.
Oh my God, it never stops.
Like, in 2 weeks, I'll get my trust fund.
Don't know why I never mentioned that before or thought of that as an option, but the movie's not dead anymore, guys. So she's going to play Holly.
I just had to know, I feel like there's a chance that there's some realistic like sense of this to real production, because I feel like things bop in and out of like Absolutely. They're going and they're not, but not in such a ridiculous way, I guess.
Poor Lindsay. Like, we still haven't seen her actually do any job.
No, it's like day to day. It seems like she's like on, off, on, off. Poor girl.
So as I mentioned, Joy is watching Lindsay and Eric. They start like making out and fooling around, and I like her jeans go in the ocean. I was like, what jeans while you're trying to like make out with somebody? But anyway, Joy is watching the whole thing from a cliff above with binoculars. I was like, that is so crossing the line.
Yeah, and the music of course gets like creepy and mysterious. It's like there's something conniving about this. I also love that she like looks for a good vantage point where she can watch them.
Yeah.
Creep.
And then we get the final wrap up is Jade and her mom. Again, I'm like, so boring. She yet again calls Joy the fat girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out that her mom wants her to marry this stupid Southern society guy, and he's absolutely repulsive. Hate it. Ugh, it's awful.
So fake. And her mom is like so perfectly like soap opera manipulative. Like, it's so exactly what it's supposed to be. Like,
so true. We're left on the cliffhanger. Is she going to marry this guy or go to prison? Stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned. Cliffhanger of the century. We are hanging off the cliff that Joy was just
with
looking.
Joy?
Yeah, we're hanging off the cliff with Joy. I don't know. So yeah, I feel like we laugh a lot in this podcast anyway, but these get a lot of laughter out of us.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Yes.
Okay, so thanks you guys for coming to the beach and enjoying all this cheesy 90s soap opera goodness. I'm having a lot of fun. Like, we had somebody who commented on our Instagram last time, like, guys, I love you. I love Drew. Don't do this to yourselves. But sometimes our episodes where we're covering something like Doppelganger, even like Cat's Eye, the ones where we're laughing a lot at like how not top tier the production is, are some of my favorites.
But then it's also like when you have tidbits from those, like they feel like you're digging a little deeper into something that like maybe we wouldn't normally dig into it if we weren't doing a podcast about it. So.
And there's always a bunch of great takeaways of Drew content. Like whether the show we're watching is great, you know, we're still getting good stuff out of it that we appreciate. And we're not just making fun of the entire thing.
Right. The greatness, we're entertained. That's for sure. And we hope you are too.
If you are, go ahead and do like a rating on Spotify. You can leave a review on Apple Podcasts. You can subscribe to us everywhere. You can do thumbs up on YouTube if that's where you like to listen. Just anything to give us a little like, hello, we like that. And you can follow us on Instagram at How Do You Drew Pod and our other account at Drewseum.
And don't forget to visit our website at howdoyoudrew.com. Speaking of Drew content, we've got lots up there. And every time we do an episode, we add more. So check out those episode pages hosted on thedrewseum.com.
We have a bunch of screenshots from these episodes that I already made, and like the page is ready to go. We'll have links to stuff. Anything we discuss, go over there to like get filled in a little bit more on.
Yes. And if you want the visual, which is totally worthwhile. And also more Drew content over on our Patreon.
Patreon.com/howdoyoudrew.
Yeah, last week we released episode 14 of Little Girl Lost. We're about to record episode 15 very soon, and then there's just one more. And I put up some really cool articles from that time period in Drew's life, from like when she kind of got outed in the public. So there's a lot of good stuff to see over there that you might not get otherwise.
So please join us. Don't forget to send listener mail to howdoyoudrewpod@gmail.com or any of those places we talked about before. Reach out. We like to hear what you guys are thinking about, and we like to hear from you.
I would love to know what people think about watching this show. Like, besides that one really funny comment that I already mentioned.
Yes, let's converse out there. But yes, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at the beach next time. We'll see you all next Tuesday.
Sounds good. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye. This episode of the How Do You Drew podcast was researched and produced by Ashley and Ann from thedrewseum.com with help from our sponsor, Positive Medium.
Special thanks to Matt Costa for our lovely theme song, Roxy Prima for our adorable logo, and last but not least, Drew Barrymore and all the Drewbies who love her. We do this for you.
Thank you.